Oh, I ran for office several times. Didn't win, but I did run. And then I'm a songwriter, and then I write my own books.
I threw Donald Trump off the ballot on January 6th.
What is your experience in the fields of defense and national security?
Well, I don't come from, I wasn't in the military and I wasn't in the defense industrial complex.
The Democratic Party is becoming more popular in many respects with folks, but it's messy. So some people are unenrolling because they're upset over what happened with Graham Platner.
The reputation of the Democratic Party is in the toilet.
I think a national red flag law would probably be more appropriate. If you're a danger to society, you shouldn't have a gun.
I mean, where did they find those people? Those were just a few of the highlights, or should I say lowlights, from last night's Maine Democratic Senate debate, as a clown car of Democrat candidates auditioned to become the party's next nominee following Graham Platner's implosion. And after last night's train wreck of a debate, many are asking, as bad as Platner was, could the Nazi-tattooed porta-potty, blue water loving oyster farmer plagued by sex scandals actually be not the worst Maine Democrats have to offer? I mean, Theo, this was a clown show.
Yeah, I mean, from top to bottom. So a couple of things. One, the brewery guy, Klubner, I mean, it makes sense why they wanted to push him out originally, because he ran early on in the primary, and the Democrat folks said, no, absolutely not. And I think the highlight here really is just they don't know anything about policy. They don't know anything about how the government works. They don't know anything about Congress, but maybe some of them stayed at a Holiday Inn.
I mean, Daniel, I don't understand the point of the debate in the first place, because 600 party insiders are going to choose Graham Platner's replacement. So
this
probably
is
won't
like
be any of those people.
embarrassing them. This is going to create clips for Susan Collins.
Right,
and her,
yeah.
I just feel bad that my uncle, who lives in Maine, and I think he's a Democrat, he should have just auditioned. He could have had some national TV exposure.
I mean, it's unbelievable.
He probably would have been much more, this is a smart guy, he would have been more authoritative on a lot of these issues than these people.
You know, another debate highlight, or lowlight, this was the response from transgender candidate Ashley Webb after he was asked how he'd reduce the national debt.
A lot of money's being paid to like for the reflecting pool. We paid that contractor to redo the reflecting pool, and it didn't fix the problem. It still has algae growing in it. Anybody who knows a pool knows that that's going to grow if you're not properly filtering the pool water.
Alex, you know, I went to sleep last night. I did not watch this debate live, but I got up this morning and I saw these clips and I'm like, this can't be real.
I thought so too.
No.
All over X. Okay, so this, I guess, Webb individual was also asked about, I think, why the best to serve in the Senate. And the answer was that he won't deceive voters, which obviously is a bit catchy there. I'm not joking, that was an answer. Also, something that I have to fact check, is it Shannon Bellows, or who's the one that was is that
Bellows,
Secretary of State?
yeah.
Yeah, okay. So her claim to fame that she used just there, which I guess is great for Democratic voters, is that she removed Trump from the ballot in over January 6th. If you also remember, the second half of that story is then unanimously the Supreme Court shut that move down. She forgot to, note that she lost.
So, I mean, Curtis.
And she's seen as the front runner in this race.
Yikes.
Your thoughts on last night's train wreck?
I mean, is this real? Did the Babylon Bee conceive this in a lab? Did they come up with this one? I knew this was bad when you pull up the New York Times, Kelly, and the headline included this. It showed replacing Platner isn't easy, and the number one takeaway that the New York Times had was Maine Democrats proved they don't exactly have a deep bench. No, really. Obviously.
I mean, but, they all took his policy ideas. So they ran as far left as possible, all DFA.
There was a cut of that.
They were trying to out-left one another. However, none of them had his charisma. And say what you want about Graham Platner, he did have a little charisma.
Yeah, that's why he was plucked out of nowhere.
One of the things about Platner that I've always kind of wondered was, we talk about Trump, and he was like Teflon Don for a lot during his campaign. I wonder if Platner couldn't just, stick it to the Democrat establishment and stay.
I thought he was going to stay in the race, to be honest
and
with you.
maybe they're all kind of kicking themselves for that not happening.
Information. Truth is freedom. is Newsmax. It's real news for real people.